Thickened champagne? Let's do it. Hey folks, I'm Simply Thick John and I love to thicken things. So we have champagne and we're going to show you how to thicken it so that you don't have a foamy mess. It has excess carbonation. We know that's one of the key characteristics of champagne. And so we need to release some of that so that there's still a bubbly mouthfeel, but not so much that we're going to end up with just a foamy mess. We're going to make slightly thick, so I need to get 6 ounces poured out here. I pour it out kind of vigorously so that we're releasing some of that. And it looks like we're going to come close to 6 ounces. Needs just a little bit more. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix it kind of vigorously for a few seconds just to release more of that carbonation, because the point is that we want to make sure that when we drink it, it still has that carbonated mouthfeel, but there's not so much carbonation that we can't thicken it without turning it into a foamy mess. So for 6 ounces, I take 1 dose from the pump. That's how we make it slightly thick. And now I'm done releasing as much carbonation as possible. So now it's about tenderly pouring from one cup to the next. And just slightly doing that. We don't want to release as much carbonation now. This technique came from a combination of asking all of people out in the field what were all their tricks for minimizing carbonation and putting them together in a design of experiments that we presented at a poster at ASHA in 2017. This is an important thing. I feel this is some of the most important work we do, is developing these techniques that allow people to drink beverages they were used to before they had their swallowing problem, but a lot of people have a problem thickening. So we wanted to make sure that we developed this technique. There's a little bit of head on top of this. That's okay. In the body it's not going to have too much, and because it hasn't really thickened yet, I expect that foam will dissipate. But the whole idea here was to get something that minimized turning it into a big foamy mess and allowed you to still feel that carbonation when you were done thickening. And so we just mix very carefully here, figure 8 motion. I can see based on the bubbles that are released in the matrix that it is thickening. They're not all running to the top the way you see normally with champagne. So you are getting that thickened action. You want to mix and rely on your technique. You should be very comfortable in your thickening ability when you do this. And just take your time and be patient. And you'll end up with something that's thickened nicely, that looks good. It's not a foamy mess, and people will be able to enjoy it and still feel that carbonation in there. So this is a slightly thick champagne. Cheers, Happy New Year, and please like and follow for more great mixing demos. Thank you.